Hello there and welcome back to BMW blog. We're here in a forest in Germany checking out the new BMW M3 competition X-Drive. Yes, this is an X-Drive. You can't see it on the outside. There's no badges or anything showing you that it is an X-Drive. But this model is the X-Drive, so that means from 0 to 100 in less than 3.5 seconds, going up to 250 kilometers an hour. And if you take the special M package, then you can even go to 290 kilometers an hour. So of course that depends per region, not everywhere this package is available. So I had this car for a week here in Germany to drive. I drove over pretty much 1,000 kilometers, a little bit more with the vehicle, and yeah, I felt like not going through all the specifications with you, because you might have read already, you know, the press release, saw the product pages on the BMW website, and maybe read another review on BMW blog. So what I wanted to do is show you this green version, which is in Signal Green, which is Porsche color, individual color at BMW, and it has quite an interior that I would like to show you as well. Interior color that is quite funky, so the combo is quite interesting. First look quickly on the outside. You see some carbon bits, you know, like the spoiler on the rear, and standard exhaust pipes, standard exhaust, which sounds not too bad, but there's a lot of noise that gets pumped into the interior with the car. And if you press the button on the center console to switch off the exhaust, then a lot of this sound disappears. So you don't hear much of the burbles inside the car, or any of the exhaust noise. It's quite muffled. The car is quite quiet, and there must be a lot of sound deadening materials across the car to make it like that. Then next to that we have the wheels. It's running these M style wheels with winter tires. Here in Germany we have to run winter tires around this time of day, time of the year. So yeah, this is the setup that we're running right now. You know, after March we're running summer tires again. And then of course we have at the front this lovely design feature, which I'm not going to talk too much about. You know, this has been heavily discussed. So let's discuss the inside and then look on the interior. Opening the door, and yes, orange. Not sure who chose that. A combo between green and orange. Let me know in the comments. Do you really like that? Would you choose this kind of combination? Let me know. I would love to discuss it and see how many people would really opt for it. Then next to that, carbon on the dashboard, carbon on the steering wheel, and then of course the orange as well on the doors, and these wonderful bucket seats. You know, they save about 9 kilo over the standard seat, but also cost you about 9,000 euros, I think. It's quite an expensive upgrade to your car, but yeah, lovely. And the seats have been a wonderful place to be over the kilometers we've done. Yeah, you're not that easy to get in and out. You know, this quite high, you know, side bolstering piece can be quite in the way, but if you get the hang of it after a while, you know how to get in and out of the car, so it's quite good. But yeah, the seats have been wonderful. Let's look at the rear as well, and you can see the lovely carbon fiber of the seats. You know, you see the carbon backs, lovely, with the orange rear bench, which is interesting. We had the car completely full with a lot of stuff in it, and it proved to be a wonderful traveling companion. Also going to show you the driver's side quickly. So I'm going to walk around the car, and then we're going to see the steering wheel, which is also full of carbon. You can see there's a carbon fiber on the steering wheel, and there's the shift pedals with the dots and the holes. Not 100% sure about those pedals. You might have read some of my stories about it, that it feels a bit as braille for people that are blind. I'm not completely convinced about those, but it's kind of a funky design feature. But you know, all the focus goes of course to these wonderful seats. And of course we have this little piece in the middle. I don't know why we need that, you know, especially when you drive the manual car, M3 or M4, it gets in the way. I must say, after driving for a week now with the car, after a while you get the hang of it, and is not as big of a situation where you put your leg over it that easily. But not sure why that was required in the design of the seat. But you know, anyhow, the seats are wonderful to be in and drive long distances on, so that is absolutely stunning. If you choose them, highly recommend it. Other than that, What can I say about the all-wheel drive version of the M3 and subsequently also the M4? Personally, this car gets really close to the M5. I already found that when driving the normal rear-wheel drive M3, I found it felt like a mini M5, but of course that was only rear-wheel drive. This car is all-wheel drive, and therefore it feels even closer to the M5, even more of a mini M5. And this car has a nature of being on one end quite luxury, quite comfortable, quite ability to take you from A to B in relative comfort, and on the other end it's quite sporty, so you go into town and the roads are getting a little bit, you know, not as smooth anymore. The car becomes jittery, becomes slightly bumpy, nervous, and then the sporty nature comes up, and you're like, oh, I'm driving a sporty car. But on the other hand, it feels luxury. You have all the features. It feels quite heavy. It feels quite, you know, as the M5 does. And so I'm not 100% sure where to position this car. Of course, it's quick. I don't want to say anything about that. You know, it's a nippy, quick car. Maybe one of the quickest M3s to have ever existed. But, you know, if I want that kind of luxury performance, wouldn't I then choose a second-hand M5 competition, which is potentially even cheaper than a brand new M3, especially in this specification? That's me, but feel free to let me know in the comments below what you think. Which one would you choose? Go for the M5 comp? Would you take the M3 comp with its all-wheel drive system, or would you maybe even take an Alpina B3 if you want a car that is more exclusive and you want to be part of that exclusive family? Anyhow, I hope you liked this video. Hope you enjoyed this little look at this particular M3 competition, all-wheel drive in signal green with the orange interior and the carbon buckets.